have to bring my technology up because that's what my presentation's about, right? All right, so look down. Why I love Twitter. I don't know if you guys get that reference, but there was a viral video that was out a few weeks ago that was all about how you have to look up because we're missing out on life because we're all tweeting too much. I don't buy that. This is all about why I don't buy it. I tweet a lot. That's more than 50,000 tweets there. Now that is over the last 4 years. I'm not just sitting tweeting constantly, probably. I don't know all my followers, but over the years I've met hundreds of them. So I thought I'd ask them, why do they love Twitter? Because I didn't want to have to write this presentation, so let's see what they have to say. So all their responses are just kind of go behind me here, and actually I'm getting a tweet right now, which is really funny. I did think about just standing up here and tweeting the entire time and not saying a word to you guys, just kind of like a modern day John Cage sort of 4 minutes, 33 seconds kind of thing, but I wasn't quite sure how that would go over, so I think I'll just actually talk. I first joined Twitter in 2010 during a major news event. I wanted that up-to-the-minute news, but I wasn't getting it from the online sources. I needed it like instantaneously, so that's why I joined Twitter. That's the big thing that appealed to me at first, is getting that up-to-the-minute information. It's not always accurate. You kind of have to weed through the chaff a little bit, but if you're a news junkie like I am, it's all right there. But it soon became a lot more than that. It became about meeting friends, finding groups in Ottawa where I was living with whom I could connect, developing those close friendships out of chance follows, just a few tweets here and there, and suddenly you've got a new friend. So I kind of think of Twitter as a cocktail party, or maybe the busy night at your local pub, where you can kind of drop in, you see what people are saying, you might have something to say to them, you might say hi, you might stay for a while, you might take off, but it's a way to connect with those people. Twitter gave me the chance to develop my own voice, so I was able to contribute to debates on local issues in Ottawa. It's a big deal in Ottawa, very political, and I worked in politics, so it was a great opportunity for me to develop that voice. But it was also a way to find out a bit more about people who might be at networking events. So before I got to the event, I already knew a little bit about them. I could kind of use that to schmooze a little bit. And then I can follow up with them after, because I'm already following them on Twitter, so I don't even need their business card, because I already know their handle. It's also just kind of a way to see your friends. It's like when you're standing over on the corner of Germain Street in Princess, and you see people walking by, and you can just sort of say hi, you can stop and chat with them for a little bit. That's how I feel about Twitter. Except that I can run into people from anywhere in the world, people who I would never think I'd actually get to meet, people who maybe I hadn't seen in a while, or who just happened up in my feed one day because someone retweeted them, and suddenly I'm talking with them. Some of my best friends are actually people that I first met through Twitter, and I don't mean that I'm only friends with them online. I actually meet them in person, and we go out for drinks and all of that. And actually I went to New York a few months ago with some friends that I met originally through Twitter in Ottawa. So we started hanging out, we started tweeting a lot as well, and the rest is history. I've heard a lot of people say they can't imagine finding the time to tweet, and okay, yeah, 50,000 tweets. That's probably more than you need to tweet, that's fine. But one of the great things about Twitter is no one actually expects you to keep up. You don't have to read everything that anyone's saying. Please don't try and read everything I'm saying, because it's way too much. But you can favorite people if you don't want to miss something they've said. So I favorite my mom. I can see what she says, because she doesn't tweet as much as I do. And then sometimes I have to unfavorite her because she gets on a roll about some TV show she's watching or something like that. You can meet people you would never otherwise talk to. The children's entertainer Raffi, Baby Beluga. Yeah, I once had this really great Twitter conversation with Raffi about whether Baby Beluga was actually this metaphor for deep water Cold War aggression. He didn't agree, but at least he entertained my theory about it, so that was kind of fun. It's a way to see that human side of celebrities. Like I said, my mom joined Twitter. She actually joined to keep track of me, so I had to kind of change my tweets a little bit, but she now is involved in local politics in London, Ontario, because she started reading Twitter and she got involved in some of those issues. It's a lot of fun. Imagine watching a hockey game with thousands of other people who are all kind of chirping their favorite players, they're all making fun of people. It's great. You can even use hashtags to make fun of people. We have a hashtag, my friends and I, called KD for breakfast. Okay, it's actually a signal that we're hungover. Not that I would know anything about that, but it's a hangover code because we eat Kraft dinner for breakfast. One of my friends actually came up with a parody account called Heater in Ottawa, which is a space heater that tweets about being neglected by me. It doesn't make any sense, and I know I'm not making a good case for why this is useful, but I swear it is. My last 3 jobs actually came from Twitter. I got promoted in Ottawa because of Twitter. I got my job at Hockey Canada managing social media through Twitter, and then I saw the Enterprise St. John job posting on Twitter. So it is very useful. It helps you build those connections. So why do I love Twitter? because it wrote my presentation for me, basically. Next time you're worried about, oh, there goes my timer. That's great. Next time you're worried about missing out, just look down, because you're not missing out on anything. Twitter is totally augmenting your life.